they were scratching their head going, where do we go here? Because that was f***ed up, but he also didn't really get barreled. Largo homies, we're back. Hopefully you can hear the sound difference and see the difference in quality if you're in YouTube world or Spotify world, if you're watching along. Back in the hot box that we call the Largo studio, back from our travels and feeling pretty, I don't know, fired up. Like if you asked me 3 days ago, I would have felt like absolute rotten tomatoes, but pretty good now. We're back, home soil.
Yeah, I was very happy to touch down and home shores, even with the 6 hour or so delay getting home. I was just happy to be back in Sydney. We missed our connecting flight from Sydney to the Gold Coast Sydney to Ballina by half an hour, and we had a 2.5 hour delay on the tarmac at Dallas. So even if that delay was an hour and a half, we would have made, or even 2 hours, we would have made our flight. But it's all good. Happy to be home. Haven't surfed yet. Straight back into work. And straight back into Tahiti, which has been unreal. I have one thing to say to you. Shut up, Ronny.
Ronny, mate.
You owe Kelly Slater one of the great apologies of all time.
What is it, like Ronny 6543 or something? It's pretty botty kind of name.
Super body.
But if you are Ronny and you're listening, mate, I'd be moving to Afghanistan and living in a sand hill hut somewhere.
Ronny
Change
Nelson,
your name.
5656, really body. But that's actually, it could become your nickname. You could become Ronny after your critique of Slater in our last episode.
Oh, yeah. There's an apology coming.
Yeah.
I will say that I don't think I fully cooked him. I just thought he's not going to win.
Wait, actually may not be a Ronny. It's definitely Ronny. It may not be a bot account. I'm looking at who follows him. Ronny Blakey, Sheldon Simkus, Chad Wells, Logan Julian, Matt Bemrose. So it's got legit followers.
It's a heavy lineup that you've just rounded off there as well.
So Ronny may actually be, unless we're all getting punked and it's actually just one of the guys in the industry, just his fake account,
Could be a burner.
Just trying to annoy Kelly, and Kelly knows exactly who it is. But God, I love it. And it was
that's
great.
why it's sorry to jump in. That's why phrase of the week, we'll call it above our heads here.
Yep.
Is fuck Ronny.
Exactly right. And
so I semi-grilled Slater. I didn't really. I just didn't pick him to win. But Ronny went one step further. Read it out. Have you got it there?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Ronny said to Kelly, should have given to a local. So basically, the wild card should have gone to a local, and then Kelly just.
But it did.
Well, they gave a local wild card, but then Kelly just wrote, "Shut up, Ronny."
See, this is why we need Slater on the pod, because the way that we started our conversation with him was, I said to him, firstly, I called him Big Kel. He loved it.
We don't know he
yet
loved
to be
it.
confirmed, but I'm sure he fucking loved it.
Yeah.
As if you don't love getting called Big Finn.
I'd hate that. That's like getting called champ.
Nah, Big Kel.
Big Zach. How are you, mate?
Yeah, Big Z. I'll cop a Big Z. Best fucking movie of all time. Anyway, and I said, I really want to chat to you because I feel like the way in which you're speaking is different. It feels unfiltered. And he's like, oh, really? How so?
Yeah.
I didn't really think he'd reply to that.
Yeah, you're pumping his tires up, mate. He loved it.
Well, he loved it. And this is exactly the type of shit I'm talking about. If he was 5 years ago, Kelly, we wouldn't be seeing this. And he is so active online now.
Yeah.
And everyone's loving it.
He's chronically online, that bloke. He doesn't miss anything.
Doom scrolling.
Nothing gets past his scope. Ronny definitely didn't. He didn't miss Ronny, and then he went out and showed Ronny today why he deserved every bit of that wild card.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. There's a bit to talk about. We got a lot of listener questions. We didn't really have too much of a plan for today. It was more just, we're fresh off Chopes. Like Chopes finished probably 2 hours ago, maybe even less.
Yep.
So we just rolled into the studio.
Well, round 2 finished.
Well, yeah, sorry, yeah, not the event. Round 2 finished for the day, and it was quite a memorable day of surfing.
It was so unruly. That just looks so fucked up.
It was grim for sure. It was disgusting at times, but there was moments of just, I mean, as good at Chokes barrels as I can remember in recent memory. And I mean, pretty well all of the guys we expected to get through did so.
Mm-hmm.
Even going back to round 1, there's been a couple of upset. So if we get straight into round one, we're not going to go into heaps of detail in every heat, but we're just going to sort of glance past them. Ramsey gets past Oscar. Oscar with the best 2.83 you're ever likely to see. He's got the wall hanger, so may not have progressed through, but he's got the shot to prove that he did it.
So now he's past the halfway mark.
Yes.
And hasn't had one. This has got to be fucking killing him.
Yeah.
And I had a sneaky suspicion he was going to get a pretty gravy run here, just because it's a big wave, and all you got to do is make the drop, hopefully not get a leggy barrel and get spat out. Like, I know it sounds simple, but like obviously very difficult. But if you think about the waves in which you can kind of just pick the eyes out of it and go, like
this is it.
They're the waves that are going to, for someone like OB, you'd be going, okay, like everyone's kind of in the same boat. Everyone's going to go.
Yeah.
So I thought OB was going to get this here, hence why I jumped on him.
Yeah.
On the fantasy, but yeah, no.
He did go, and there was some waves. There was one particular wave from the free surf where he got fully barreled, came over a huge foam ball, big chandelier, and I was always he's on.
He looked comfy.
He looked super comfy. Even in his, he put a little edit out before, and he looked really good. And he just came up against Ramsey, who, I mean, there's some heavy hitters in that opening round, but Ramsey's no one to sort of laugh at. He's a unit, as we saw again today. But yeah, obviously Ramsey progressed through that one. Oscar, another first round knockout. He's going to get through soon. We keep saying it.
I'm jumping on him.
Law of averages is just going to happen.
Oscar, if you're listening, mate, I'm on your bandwagon until you get one, and then we can celebrate together.
And once the monkey's off the back, I think he'll make a few heats. It's just getting that first
hopefully
one.
the monkey's not off the back at the QS next year.
No. It'll be at a CT. We'll get him through. Heat 2, South African battle. Lukey Thompson sort of completely going against what we thought. Matty McGillivray, we thought he was going to be dropping out of the sky and parachuting into a couple. 0.77 heat total for Matty. So you're pretty well, like, Luke's low score was a 1. He would have progressed based on that score alone. Did have a 4.5, got pretty coned as well, which is good to see from Luke.
I don't even think Matty's getting his prize money after that. I reckon they're just like, bro, I know you turned up, but like, did you really turn up?
That's almost, I
reckon they give him 50%.
And to be completely fair as well, that opening day was pretty, like, it's been unruly the whole time, but the wins weren't great. The guys, they were challenged, and you'll see that in a few of these heat totals as well. That one particular, 0.77, isn't going to win you many. I don't think it'd win you any heats, actually.
Imagine if it was a 3-man and a man you were just like groveling on the shorey on the
the
whitewash and do a fucking turn or two, and
Just
then
take
just
off
get
in the
dry
channel.
docked on the reef, and then we make it.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, Luke, you would have needed 5.5 heat total to get through that one. And to be fair, if you weren't getting pitted, they were completely cooking you.
There's some of the best 1.5s getting round.
Yeah, like that 2.8 of Oscar, which we alluded to before. He was standing in a pit. It was stand up, and he got a 2.8. So it's like you had to do something. I think even our little wiggles in the channel, you're not generating any more than a
little chop up though. Maybe a carving 360
into the dry reef.
Yeah,
you'd end up with a bigger hospital bill than prize money that you would have collected from the event, I think.
Most definitely.
Heat 3, Seth Moniz did the unthinkable. He's actually made a heat. You couldn't read about it. This bloke getting through a heat, and he's done it. And we don't want to seem like we're hating Seth because we know Seth can do it, but he hasn't done it. And then he does it against Emio, who, look, I thought Emio was probably going to progress quite far into this event. We knew his next matchup was going to be against Yago, and I thought he would pretty easily, well, not easily, but he'd dispatch of Yago too and start making his way through the draw. The only problem was for him that Seth stole it from him in the dying stages of an 8.
Yeah, when I saw, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Emio had 7.5 and a 5 or something like that.
7 and a 7.17.
So when I saw that and there was like 3 minutes left, I was like, oh, that's pretty stock standard.
For Seth, yeah.
For Seth. And then that just absolute donkey West one came through and he had to just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And he would have been cringing because he in a free surf, he's not letting anything go. He's on whatever wave he wants. But in that one, he had to let Seth go. Seth turns into an 8. And again, Seth has all the ability in the world in these types of waves.
Yeah.
So he's not someone that we're surprised with. We just know that given his recent form, it hasn't been great. And it looks like he's maybe turned it around at the right time. And it was a really good heat win for him. Probably his first excellent ride in a while. So good on Seth there. And then the final heat, which was almost a no contest really. It was Kelly Slater against Eli Hanneman. Eli had a 4 and a 0.2. Kelly 9 and a 7.23. And
Eli won Wipeout of the Day award.
he
Though.
did.
And it was 12, every part of 12 foot out there. That thing looked 25 foot.
Yeah.
It was almost
so
just
small.
like they put the Pro Junior on or something.
Yeah. And
just out there.
Instantly got turned into a meme too. I saw Ain't That Swell running with it and just cropping him into various different images and just him free falling out of the sky.
Bravo, boys. Bravo.
Yeah, they did good. But yeah, Eli, not through lack of effort, he tried. Just Kelly is the GOAT, and he's a GOAT for a reason, and he had the pick of that lineup.
If there's anyone who isn't a local that knows the lineup as well as the local, it'd have to be the GOAT. Have to be Big Kel.
Well, he'd probably know it better than a lot of the locals, really. I mean, I think Emio and Cowley are the two, but I think he's probably number 3 in terms of maybe Matei as well. He spent so much time out there over the years, Kelly. And I mean, we saw it today, how friggin' just locked in he is at that joint, even against someone of the ilk of one Gabriel Medina, which was, he made him look silly at times, but
I'm surprised he didn't go right.
well, it's not, he's still going. He could still.
Like we'll get to it, but when you got a heat like that, it's just start going right.
Who, Medina?
No.
Oh, right.
The Big Kel.
Yeah. He couldn't do anything wrong, could he? Round 2, heat 1. So I think they moved into a couple of heats of this round. There's a weird call at the end. Cowley gets past Crosby. Crosby's an animal, though. He posted a couple of clips from his free surf maybe the day after. And just one Eli Hanneman like wipeout, and then one just where he just sacked up and made the thing. And he's just has no fear button. Cowley, though, gets through that one. Sammy Pupo loses to Al Cleland in a low scorer, which we kind of thought would happen, but we thought maybe Al might be a little bit more dominant in that one.
Did you pick Carly?
In my team?
Yep.
I did.
Okay, so we're both, yep.
Well, I think we have the same team.
We've got a similar team for TB.
Yeah.
TB was identical, so you've got Jiao.
Yeah, I got Jiao.
I've got Jiao, and you've got Carly.
Yeah. And then a weird one. So we didn't really post anything about this because I could see where the WSL were coming from. So they ran Yago versus Seth. The heat paddles out, and then they get to about the 20-minute mark when a restart would normally happen. They go, we're not doing a restart. And then it goes a couple more minutes, and then they go heat off. So, but no one had taken off on a wave yet. So I was going, oh, what are they going to do here? But because no one had taken off on a wave, it was okay for them then to come back the next day and run it from scratch.
It just feels like they're writing the fucking book as they go, though.
Yeah, it was a weird call.
We've had the old shark one where if the heat resumes, then it's just play on.
Yep.
But if it goes over and the conditions change, then it's a new heat.
Yep.
But then we saw it not being utilised back at Snapper.
Yeah, pouring out for Cade Matson.
Yep, RIP. And then again this here, like, have we ever seen that?
No, and Kelly was commentating at the time. He's like, oh, is this unprecedented? And I think it was Kaipo or someone was like quickly like recovering.
They're in his ear and he's like, Kaipo, go to an ad break. Go to an ad break. Talk about the ladders. We've got Bailey ladders.
Yeah, 100%. You could see it was like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Like there's no one's taken off in a wave. And Kelly's like, no, I don't think this has ever happened before. And he was like, oh no, it's all good.
That's what I mean. The big Kel comes and strikes again. Just when you think he's got a filter on, he just whacks it off.
Yeah, he's got hands in all sorts of pies in this WSL breakdown.
Well,
so he
did own them for, well, he owned part of them.
He's probably still got something, I reckon.
No, I think KS Waveco pulled the pin.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
They got nothing.
I don't think there will be, which is good because it means no more Abu Dhabi, no more fucking Lemoore. Is it Lemoore?
Yep.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Beautiful. Anyway, we come back the next day. So.
Being today.
No.
Time of recording.
Being yesterday. So they've actually run, this is day 3 of competition today.
Oh, true.
So they came back on
it was short-lived anyway.
Yeah, our Monday they came back, which is, if you're in the States, I'm pretty sure that's like a Sunday afternoon or something. But anyway, they came back on our Monday morning. They ran Yago and Seth again, so they started it from scratch. Seth dusts him, gets another 8 and backs it up with 7.8. So nearly an excellent heat total there for Seth. He's looking quite good, and it does feel like maybe a little bit of a form reversal for him. Yago has an 8 also, but just can't beat him with that backup. So Yago goes packing. Then we have Barron and Marco. Barron beats Marco in what we thought would happen again, but not as convincingly as we first thought. Barron had the highest score by quite a bit, but only had a 1.9 as a backup. Then Philippe Toledo versus Connor O'Leary in what will be heat, quickly forgotten.
4-point heat total win.
4-point heat total win. And
so Philippe does not get rid of the monkey on the back or the asterisk, as we have alluded to.
Not
He
yet, but
goes another year with the fucking monkey on the back.
yeah, but I don't think this is like through his own fault. Like Connor's elite in these waves. He only manages 4 points.
True.
So it's like, yes, he didn't get another good wave score and he didn't really prove anyone wrong. But I also think the conditions were so poor that it was quite difficult for him to even try. He parked it in one at the start of the heat and not a small one either for like a 1, didn't make it. And then Connor just surfed smartly towards the end of the heat and just...
Yeah, but Connor did pack a meaty looking cone.
Connor did, yeah. And
it was almost like a full-blown reenactment of that one that he got in the Olympics when he was like, fuck it, I'm too deep, but I'm going.
Yeah. It would have been 8+ for sure if had he come out. But
so Philippe could have had a potential go at that. Could have even looked at it.
Yeah, but like Connor still didn't make anything, you know? So
yeah, no.
It's a tough one. Philippe, well, he's done himself no favors, mind you. Like, there's going to be some people online that are going to probably be giving it to him again. And I'm sure
there's someone who's going to be getting it, and it's not Philippe. Philippe has a replacement, but we'll get to that.
Okay. But yeah, Philippe, he hasn't shaken that tag anyway yet. Hopefully we get a good forecast for next year or whatever, and he can prove everyone wrong. But for this year, it was just a couple of bad set of circumstances where I think he went out there with every intention to try and prove his critics wrong, and just the waves didn't materialize. And I think they even called the event off after this heat as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we go off again.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come back today,
time of recording,
which is Tuesday.
Yep.
Pretty ssure they ran Italo and was that the first heater today?
Correct.
Okay,
yep.
cool. Because I missed that one. So you would have been up with the birds this morning. I, however, was not. Italo, Luke just doesn't get going. 9 points was enough to get Italo through this one. Luke had a 1.87. I'm assuming quite tricky this morning. You watched this?
Slow, but like Italo's still got some moments.
Yeah. Was it clean?
No, there's never been really a clean day.
Cross shore.
It's the old skin ribbed fucking dommy, that one. It was just ribs galore. But diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
Sums it up perfectly. Diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had Liam O'Brien versus Jake Marshall.
The lob dog.
Yeah. He's not one to be trifled with.
Nah.
Is Lobby. He means business. He's going to come up against Ethan Ewing in the next round because Ethan progresses past Jolie Vaughan with a 14-point heat total. Quite a professionally done heat as well, if I do say so. For Ethan there, 8 and a 6.17. Jolie fought back with a 7 towards the end of the heat, but not good enough for Joel there. Ethan, a little bit too classy in that one.
There was one that Joel didn't make that would have probably flipped the heat.
Yes.
Just got absolutely steamrolled at the end. So
yeah,
tragic, but you can't say that he didn't give it a good crack. Could have gone either way. Well, it would have gone his way if he made that, but yeah.
For sure.
I thought Ethan's 8 was a little...
a little bit juiced?
Yeah, a little bit juiced. Bit of GST. Tax time coming around maybe. Trying to shave off a bit.
Regardless, he gets through. He beats Joel and progresses into round 3, which he tends to do, Ethan. Like, he's a sneaky one here. We didn't give him...
so sneaky in these bigger waves.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, Jack and fucking Carly, and like rightfully so, but Ethan is always going to be there.
Yeah, he reminds me a bit of like a Mick, like never really known for this type of surfing in these waves, but would consistently do okay and do well at times even as well, make finals, win the event.
Great comparison.
But yeah, has that similar sort of setup to Mick. This is where I sort of woke up this morning, so I got to watch Leo get taken down by probably his best mate on tour, Ramsey Bookham.
Yes.
Takes him down.
Now, we need to chat. As I slurp my bottle for to create suspense.
Yes.
Nearly said suspicion, but no. Now, I don't know. Get in the comments, guys. Jump on the Whiteman fucking bandwagon if you want, or don't jump on and just absolutely grill me. But that 817, was it? Was a 2. It was the best 2 I've ever seen. And full disclaimer, I know I'm not going to go that wave. I know fucking Ramsey Bookham has a bigger Mango sack than me. I'm going to admit that every day of the week. But that was the best 2-point ride I've ever seen. And I'm genuinely confused about the scoring of this wave. And I saw that they took about 12 minutes or some shit to get this score in.
Right.
So I genuinely think they were scratching their head going, where do we go here? Because that was fucked up, but he also didn't really get barreled.
Yeah.
So where do you draw the line with like fucked up and getting barreled, which is in the World Tour criteria? I felt this wave was judged based upon the Big Wave World Tour.
It actually, you couldn't see him. He pulled up into it, and I don't believe he was in the pit, but because there was so much spray and so much foam ball getting thrown everywhere, he completely vanished. And I think even the judges for a second were like, well, we can't see him. He must be in the barrel. But I don't think he was. I think he was just shrouded by like mist and wave. And he kind of he does eventually emerge, but it's not from the pit. He's like, the whitewash dies down and he's on the shoulder already.
Exactly my point.
And you're like, how are you going to score this? And I love that they scored the drop. I think that's an important part of it. And I love that they rewarded the risk of that wave. Although I didn't see it going as high as it did, like 817 for that. Incredible. I will never take off on a wave like that in my life. I don't want to.
No.
But
we have a duty to call it as it is. Like you can send us a fucking 1,000 comments tomorrow. Like you guys are fucking sitting there in your camp chairs, whatever. Totally get it. But back to your point about the drop. I think the drop only makes points when it's paired with a barrel.
Yeah.
A drop by itself, in my opinion, is like, yeah, you can maybe get 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be paired. Like you can't have one without the other.
Yep.
And I just thought all the points came from the drop because I truly believe there was no barrel. Now, Ramsey, I apologize. He did everything right here. I was thinking about this all day this morning. Going, fuck, I'm going to have to. I feel bad for saying it because it was so fucked up.
Yep.
Like he fucking wrangled the dragon.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah, I just didn't see where the points came from. And look, to be honest, I think it was a positioning thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch the water version of this, the tower angle, he pretty well took off on the part that you'd be going through in the barrel, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And that's why it was so like short and the explosion was so big and you couldn't see him because I feel like he could have been a little deeper. Fuck, I feel so bad for saying this right now. But fuck it, like I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like he took off on the part, that big west peak that people, most loc dogs are probably going through and slingshotting through. Mm-hmm. And there was even a part where he makes a drop and then kick stalls and drags the hands, which is usually like they're grilling you for that as well. Like they're wanting someone who can either like free fall out of the lip, recover and get to the end, or they're looking for someone who's just all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
And they're those big scores. So I was truly baffled by this one.
The aim of the game here is to get pitted, and he didn't get that pitted.
I don't think he got pitted.
It's like he got.
I'm just saying it as what I saw.
100-foot wave, and it was scary as all hell. And watching from and maybe that's what the judges had to do. Maybe they had to look from the channel angle to actually get a read of the wave because he was so gone from the front angle, just with all the stuff that was flying everywhere. But yeah, look, every part of that wave was highly critical and highly dramatic, but I just didn't see it going as
I think it was
high as
highly
it did.
dramatic.
It was really dramatic. And like the ability to fall out of the lip on a wave that big and then regather yourself at the bottom, then pull up into a barrel is really, really difficult to do. But like if you go from this heat into the next heat, so Morgan and Jiao both had 8-point rides. Like Morgan's had a 7 and an 8.73. Jiao had an 8.33 and a 9.5. So only separated by one heat. If you look at their waves, they're night and day difficult. And it's like, not difficult. So they're night and day different. And all good and well if you want to reward a drop that highly. But I think if you're going to go 8s for a drop, it's pretty skits. Like I think you maybe go like, it was like a 6.
Well, look at the drop that Robbo and Cal Robbo did.
Yeah.
Both the Rob dogs off.
Mm-hmm.
They were paired with skits barrels.
Yeah.
And now I'm going, okay, that's play on. That's give the boys what they need to get. Like that's exactly what we came here to view. But 1.5 or 1.4 difference between Ramsey's and Cal Robbo's, I'm scratching my head and I'm thinking that is probably the worst score that I can remember.
It was,
it's a 2. I'm sorry. It's a 1.5 to a 2.
I genuinely don't think the judges knew where to go with it. And I don't think I'm willing to throw out a 2 like you are. I think he got enough cover to warrant maybe like a 6. But I think an 8's.
But then you're saying a drop is a 6.
No, because I think he got in it enough to like get some form of a score, but I don't think it was enough to get an 8. I think 8's extreme.
What you were talking about before though is if you went out and slapped the absolute backhand out of a couple of turns, guess what? That's a 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to find where I feel like they didn't see, like, the angle the best, and they went, boys, this is either a 2 or an 8, and I'm not going to have my fucking name attached to a 2.
Yeah, maybe.
And then Zach Whiteman's there just going, 2 points right.
Yeah.
I reckon that's where they had to go, and they went, okay, like, this is going to be we are going to get sniped if we fucking put 2 in our little doot machines down here.
Yeah.
But I think it could be a 2.
Yeah.
I reckon it was either it's a 1 or a 10.
Yeah.
And they just went, fuck, let's go an 8.
I'm literally pulling it up now because I don't want to get to posting this tonight and go, oh, he actually got really coned and we're just tripping. But
no, I watched it like 5, 6, 7 times from each angle.
Yeah.
And I'm actually I was a little scared because I was excited to go on Instagram and be like, our DM's going to be lighting up.
Yeah. No one.
But
And
I'm confident. He didn't get barrel.
Yeah. It's coming up now, actually. I really want to watch this again because I'm scared. I'm scared of what could follow us after
I'm
this.
confident.
Yeah, look,
I don't want to take away from the size, the how hard it was to do what he did. I get all that. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, was there a barrel ridden there? I highly doubt it. A few other little things out of this. For 2 best mates, they did a lot of paddle battling, which was just random.
Yeah.
Surely, mate, fucking you go the first one, I go the second one. No worries. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sweet. Have a beer later? Yeah, sure. No, not the case. They were definitely pretty aggressive on the paddle. His first wave, he gets kind of like a little barrel, and he comes out and does the old chest pump, which was, what was his backup? Like
Who?
Ramsey.
He had a 817 and a 7.5.
So he had the 7.5. Comes out going, boop, the full fucking
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. And then he came out of this big pit, the 817 or 816, whatever it was, and he did the same thing. Like, to me, I think he knew.
He was just trying to sell it.
No, as in, like, for an 816 and that size of the wave, I reckon he would have been coming out going, are you fucking kidding me? He would have been ripping the hairs off his fucking chest.
Yeah.
What I'm saying was, he didn't really come out and be like, holy fuck, like, that was wave ever.
Yeah.
Like, best wave ever.
No, I'm watching it again from the front angle. I don't think he got pitted.
No. So, yeah, sorry, Ramsey, but yeah, best 2-point ride of your life. That one was well and truly off.
Well, he's done
based upon the full day of viewing that we've had now, and everyone else got 9.5s and 8s and 7s and things. Whoa, fucking way off.
Yeah,
They might be on the local cuisine over there, just in the heart.
Yeah, I'd like to retract my I actually think Leo probably should have won this heat, judging by that. I think he's fooled the judges, which is difficult to do. It's like the old school.
Well, he didn't fool the wave fooled him.
Yeah, well, the wave fooled them, but the old school, like, before they had, like, replays at Snapper Rocks and stuff, and you just, like, get real low and pretend you got, like, a 30-second pit off the end once you got past, like, Rainbow Bay there.
And I think he's done turds out the back behind the rock like Conor there.
I think he's done one of those where he's just completely hoodwinked the judges. And I mean, look, sometimes against the world number one, you got to take whatever you can get. And Leo would be ruining that one because as quickly as he's found himself in that yellow jersey, he's found himself out of it. Hopefully for him at Cloudy, he can regather it. But yeah, Ramsey's he appears to have escaped with murder there because on review.
Love you, Ramsey.
On review, it's worse than I thought.
Got away with murder.
Wave's disgusting though. Don't want a piece of it. Never will. If wave like that came to me, I'd cry. And
I'd rather wash me nan than fucking paddle into that. Yeah. So before you write the comments about that, totally get it. Well, you can still write the comments about that.
Just watch, like, if you want to, just watch the replay. Pull it up from the judge's angle.
Don't look at the water view. It makes it look like the world's best wave ever. But
look at the judge's angle and just convince me that he got even a second of coverage. I don't think he did. No. He got covered by the foam ball, which pretty well just threw itself out of the pit, which usually the foam ball's in the barrel, but on this wave it's outside the barrel.
Yeah.
But nothing that he could have done. He didn't ride the wave poorly. He rode it as well as he could have for where he took off, but probably should have been taken off behind that into it coming through that. And that's where you get your 10s and your 8s, not taken off.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye because I've been nervous all day going, fuck, maybe I'm just a full absolute negatron and just want to dock everyone. But nah, that one I saw it and just went, I don't like that one. That's yucky.
Yeah. Moving on quickly from that to the next heat, which had Jiao Chenka and Morgan Siblick in it. Jiao doing every bit of what I thought he was going to in this event. Forgot to change my ×2 to him, so that's going to haunt me because my other ×2 lost. But the 833 I was actually maybe a little concerned for Jiao at the start of the heat because Morgs did what he does and kind of starts quickly on guys that he's not the favourite against.
Yeah.
And put up a couple of really good scores. Although Jiao fought back with the 8-3-3 and then the 9-5. And it was a crucial score because Morgs got an 8-7-3 on either the wave before or the wave after. And if Jiao doesn't get that 9-5, Morgs walks away with that heat win. But Jiao he looks really composed. And once he sort of had that first score, it kind of felt like it was Jiao's at that point. And he's going to be a nightmare to beat in this event. He's going to come up against Ramsey. And I think Ramsey will be probably a little bit worried about that one after probably getting away with murder a little bit today. Up against Jiao in pretty solid chopes. It's gonna that size is gonna hold in there. It's not gonna be as big, but it's gonna be cleaner. I think that just buys into Jiao even more.
I didn't think they were going to go 9-5 for Jiao, purely based on the water angle. He's dragging ass the whole way. And they, like I was saying before, they usually dock you for stuff like this. Like whenever you have to try and manufacture a bit more time behind the old Kurto, they usually dock a point off, half a point to a point off.
Yeah. I feel like for that one though, it was like the pit that he got already was really good. Yeah. And it was like he was just dragging ass for that West Bowl section, which was like a kind of a bonus section. Most guys probably be coming out there and just kicking off in the channel.
True, he did get the little 2-for-1 deal.
He got the second pit. I thought 9-5 was fair, and I thought the score in that he was really good. Jiao progressed through. Morgs not without a fight though, 15.9. You wouldn't really pick that from him, and these Aussie guys are just showing they're willing to go, which is really cool to see. The next heat couldn't have been any further from that. Leo Munoz gets through against Kanoa with a 7-point heat total. Kanoa gets a 4-point heat total, and I'd throw it back to last week. You were pretty confident this was a walkthrough. I was like, don't write off old Alejo. He's got a few tricks.
No, it's a walkthrough for the third bloke. He's not even in there. Like 7.07 for the heat win, a 4 for Kanoa. Fucking hell.
To be fair though, Alejo did have a 6.5. So he had a 6.5.
Yeah, but it was a pretty fucking mundane 6.5.
Yeah, but like my point being last week was he's not afraid to go on these waves, and he's had enough time out there to figure it out at least a little bit. So he's not as easy or heat as you'd think, although I do think he is the best draw you can find in this heat draw. And I think George Pittar, contrasting to
someone better.
Well, contrasting to Ramsey, who would probably be worried about the next matchup, I think George would be quite happy with his against Alejo in round 3. He gets past Cole. He was really impressive, George, in this one.
Cole never got going.
He got
someone that I think a fair few people would have thought he would have at least left the station. Didn't even leave the station.
He did get the 7 at the end, and I was concerned when he managed to flip priority on George, and I was going, because he had enough time. If the set came, you could see he was going to go. He had a couple really big wipeouts. Like he wasn't afraid to go a big wave, and he got the 7 late on in the heat, needing about a 7.2 to get the jump on George and progress through, and the wave never came to him. George looking
really plenty of fucking time though. These are 40-minute heats.
Yeah, and I love George's.
Wait, are they 40 or 35?
40.
Yeah. I
love George's 8-3-3 as well. It was sneaky. It was underneath, and he just made it look really easy on that wave. He was super deep. I think he found a wave that maybe was not so mean as some of the other ones, and he just parked it and came through it so nicely. And I was like, oh, that could be a really good score. And sure enough, 8-3-3. So George goes excellent as well. He gets through. Now, this is when we get into the death part of the draw. This is just, if you look at the heat draws in these last the heat totals in these last 4 heats compared to the rest of the draw, it's insane. So just before we go on any results, so we have 16.1, 19.06 in the first heat, 18.2, 17.4 in the second heat, 19.6, 8.5 in the third heat, and 13.5 and 1.94 in the last heat, which isn't the main heat we're looking at there. But the rest of the draw, the only real heat that gets close to that is Jiao, and he had 17.83. The rest is kind of sub 16.
Let's get into it. The big man, Big Kel.
Have you said sorry to him yet, or is this where we're doing it?
I don't think I said enough detrimental words to hinder an apology. I just said he wasn't going to win.
Are you feeling slightly nervous about that statement after that hit?
I also mentioned he has nothing to gain here, which I still believe he has nothing to gain and a lot to lose.
I think he has I reckon he did his job today with all
what's
of
to
that.
Gain?
Well, to gain
they call him the GOAT now?
Well, no, but he could potentially add another friggin' Chopu title to his name.
He's got 5 already.
Yeah, well, 6 would look better.
No, it doesn't. It just smells and looks the same. He's got a 2-month-old, a 2-year-old, Like, surely, I know, we're not parents, so we don't really know, but I'm guessing like most crew are like, fuck, I'm going to spend some time with the kids.
He's probably got his kids with him. I reckon he would have taken the fam. But if 54 years old, if he wins an event at 54, that'll never be done ever again.
No.
So maybe that's it.
But he was the oldest to win back in
He's
20.
He's beaten his own record.
That's what I mean. Like, there's no fucking gain here, Finley. I don't get it.
Well, he's ruined.
I love what he did today, so I don't want to write him off too much. But there's so much to lose, nothing to gain.
What has he got to lose, though?
His life? Did you see what happened today? He got a fucking 3,000 cubic fucking liters of water up the asshole to start his day.
Yeah. I forgot about it. You kind of don't think about
And
that.
then he didn't just paddle out and go, oh, fuck, I won't be doing that again. He went out and fucking backslapped hard.
Yeah.
Well, it was the other way around, but...
He's kind of an immortal. Like,
Dude,
I never
you
really think
backslap hard enough on a wave like that with no helmet on, you are not coming up.
Nah.
You're getting fucking sent back home.
I want to point that out, though, as well. So, obviously, amazing surfing. Not 9.73 and backed it up with a 9.33 against Medina, who had a 16-point heat total of his own.
He'd be scratching his head going, what the fuck just happened, man?
Yeah.
This retirement man just came and fucking sent me home. Oh, God.
Yeah, well, many thinking, including myself, that Medina was probably going to go all the way in this event or at least make the
so
final.
glad I didn't fucking... I was so close to putting him in my team.
Yeah, he was my power server, so he's gone early. But you didn't pick Kelly, so I don't know how you can throw too many stones after
Also,
that one.
my power server on the women's side is a Nat Leleor, which is fucking the most mystical call of 2026.
Yeah,
it's either going to fucking pay dividends or absolutely royally fuck me.
Blow up in your face. But yeah, obviously this amazing performance, 19.06 heat total. I mean, I'd say one of his best ever, but he's had so many in the 19-point range that is just crazy.
Back to my point.
Yeah, but he's 54 and he's doing
a fucking
it. It's
weapon.
ridiculous.
That's where I stopped grilling him.
Yeah.
Can I also add that he got 19 points on a board that is more yellow than a cracky's fucking front tooth? Did you see that thing?
Yeah, it was
fucking banana.
He reckoned if it was the same board from the other day, he reckons he left it there. He's just left it at Raymana's house and it's just come back.
I fucking believe it. And Raymana has not put that thing under like any sort of coverage.
Nah.
It is in the sun.
Just
It
been
was
in
a
his
full
garden.
fucking banana.
But back to the point as well before we move on too quickly. You saying Kelly, he's like got his life to lose or whatever. Like that's what he's got at risk. Did you see how quickly he popped up after that friggin' second one?
He fucking found a little Kelly cave.
Yeah.
It's only his cave, and he went. It's like like a poo going through the S pipe of your done. He just went, dude, and just fucking threw him out the back.
Because Mateus Hurdy in the last heat went like a 4-footer, maybe not a 4-footer, not a big wave for the day.
Sure.
Clampy, like crumbly thing. Didn't make it. Got like a friggin' 10-second hold down and then copped 3 waves in the head afterwards and got put through the lagoon on the jet ski.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there's no way that just happened. And then Kelly's dropping out of the lip on literally a 12-footer, like pin dropping, and he pops up out the back immediately. Board, leggy snaps, mind you.
Board snaps, leggy snaps.
I was just like, like his board's in there. Where's Kelly? And he's out the back swimming.
He's fucking out the back in the takeoff zone with priority.
He's doing laps.
He got fucking sucked into some vortex and shot out with priority.
It's unbelievable. Like the ability he has to not get smoked. And
oh, fuck. I reckon tonight he is going to be in all sorts after that backslap. That
Maybe.
thing was absolutely fucking diabolical.
But just to pull up that quickly. Like if that's me, I'm still underwater now.
I'm surprised he let that Instagram reel go through the keeper.
Which one?
Backslap harder than fucking Johnny Sins.
Oh, right. Yeah, you threw that at me this morning and I just went, I'm just happy you made one. I was like, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
But
we got one DM, one comment going, fucking the Johnny Sins thing was fucking amazing.
Another degenerate like yourself would have loved that.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, I mean, bravo to the GOAT. There's not much more you can say about him at this point. He just keeps defying belief. He's got the winner of the next heat, which we'll get to because this one had some circumstances too.
Before we go into the next heat, fuck Ronny.
Yeah, Ronny, you can jam it, mate, because you've got no idea.
Although I feel like there's a lot of heat getting dished towards Ronnie Blakey's DMs right now. It's not Ronnie Blakey.
Ronnie Blakey. Ronnie Blakey loves
Ronnie
Kelly.
Nelson.
Ronnie Nelson, 5656 on Instagram. Follow him. But yeah, the next heat, Kelly's going to face Jack Robinson, who defeats Cal Robson. Bit of Aussie on Aussie friendly fire here. 9.7, 8.5 to Callum's 9.57 and 7.83.
I went, Cal got the better of that nudge.
You think?
I reckon, yeah, it's tax time at the Jack Robbo camp. A little bit of GST there.
To be fair,
It's not GST. I just thought it was better on... Cal's drop was harder.
I thought Jack's first one could have been a 10 when I was watching it. I thought it was...
but you always get a bit semi-stiff for Jack.
No, I don't. Because I like Cal too. I was pretty... I honestly was hoping Cal won this heat. But when I saw Jack's first wave compared to Cal's first wave, I thought they might have gone even higher with Jack's to a 10. They didn't. They gave it a 9.7, which was sweet. And I think the 8.5 of Jack, like we had Jacko Baker comment on our reel saying that he thought that the score that Cal got on his final wave, which was the 7.83, should have been enough to get him through. And if we're looking at Ramsey's score from earlier in the day, then potentially it should have been if they're going off that. But it probably
it was a little bit of a leggy barrel. Sorry, Cal, love you, but a little bit.
Yeah, look.
And I hate saying this from the comfort of my sweaty chair here at the Largo studio, but like, fuck, it didn't really get too deep. Kind of slingshotted through it.
Cal knew as well. You could see he wasn't like...
Oh, he was pretty amped up.
He was amped, but I think you saw him come out of it and he was like, he knew he didn't get as deep as he would have liked.
I reckon all these guys today are just like fucking jacked up on
Yeah.
testosterone and all the other fucking endorphins pumping through your body when you're stroking into a beast like that.
Yeah.
But then when you come back and watch footage, they're probably like, it's like us when we go surfing. Like, fuck, see that sick one? You come in and you go, oh my God, I look like my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That wasn't the sort of decision that probably will keep Cal up at night, though. The main decision was the lack of priority change for that second one. So, obviously, Jack Robbo turns priority in that heat. Cal has a really good sniff at a wave, and easily it's a switch of priority for sure,
Indubitably.
without a doubt. Then 2 minutes later, Cal, our wave hadn't even been ridden yet. It was just like it was priority switch, and then it was like potentially another one.
2 wave set
back to back. So Jack spins on one. Cal's deeper than him. He spins on a wave, has a few strokes at it, pulls back, and because Cal's deeper than him, he's already basically in the lip at the point when Jack's paddling. So he, in my opinion, he's been blocked there. Jack has blocked him. And
I'm going to have to go on the other side of the coin on this one.
why?
If Cal was on the channel side of Jack, he wouldn't have been in this predicament.
But is that a good decision to make as a competitor? Go deeper and force that change? Because I feel like if you're on the inside, you have less time to react to that decision. And it looks like, for me, that's a block. Like Jack's looked at the wave. If you're spinning on a 10-footer and pointing your board towards the beach and taking a couple of strokes, that's a commitment to me.
Yeah. For me, where they didn't draw the line of this is a contestable paddle was the kicking of the feet.
Potentially, yeah.
I stared at that replay. I stared at your Instagram reel as well about 11 times, and I even paused it. Not once does he kick the feet, and I feel like that's where the judges just go, all right, yep, it's black and white, plain as day.
Well, easy. Yeah, it may be easy enough in hindsight, but I think at the time, like, I don't know. I just feel like if you're, like, for me, not committing to a wave is if I find myself out in that lineup and there's 10-footer coming, I'm not spinning my board. I'm paddling to the channel. That's not committing. I think paddling out over the wave is not committing. I think if you spin your board around and have a couple strokes, you're committing to it.
No, because that's called a sniff.
But I don't think you can afford to sniff at chopes when it's that big.
No, I think it's one size fits all for the whole tour.
Yeah, but I think a beach is different. I think it needs to be adaptable.
That's what they're saying. Like, well, it's not.
Yeah,
although they're rewriting the book as they speak, so who knows?
It needs to be adaptable, that rule, because the consequences of having a sniff at bells and having a sniff at chopu are vastly different.
Totally agree. But it's in the book.
But yeah, but it's up to, as we've seen, it's up to their judgment, and their judgment changes nearly heat to heat, it seems like. But yeah, I can't be convinced otherwise that he's blocked him there. Like, there's nothing you can say to sort of convince me that he is his line into that wave. Jack didn't want that wave, and he just sort of spinning around and going and like half having a look at it. You don't need to do that. And I think
I totally get what you're saying, but I just feel like the current rule book states that you got to have a really solid crack.
Yeah.
Well, not really solid, but
it just needs to be, that rule needs to be adaptable, because for Cal, like say he has even slightly more of a paddle there, and then Jack does go, Cal's in the lip on a 10-footer.
Full bus driving
he's going over the falls, and it's dangerous. Like,
yeah,
there just needs to be a black and white. And it was literally the next wave that this call had to be made by. So at that point, the priority judge just has to be on it and be like, Red, you've lost priority. Callum, you now have priority. Like, do your best or whatever. I don't know. But
See what I found interesting?
What?
So now that the dust is settled, Callum was never awarded priority, correct?
Yep.
But on the broadcast, he gets awarded priority with the P.
What do you mean?
So Jack has caught the wave. They've both caught the wave.
Yeah.
When at about the time when Jack's getting spat out and fucking Cal's in the fucking gates of Mordor, go have a look. There's a P next to Cal's name.
Yeah. I reckon for them, it was like, crap, priority judge didn't react quick enough. We've just got to run with whatever happens here. And whatever was the path of least resistance, which was priority doesn't change. There's no interference for Jack. Cal doesn't get an interference because he didn't interfere with the wave. Like, that was the safest course of action for them at that point. And they just went, we're just going to run with that because we didn't make the call quick enough.
Yeah.
And I think it's not on Cal and it's not on Jack. It's just they clearly hadn't made the call for that priority switch in time for that next wave, and they just went, all right, whatever is going to cause the least amount of dramas here, let's run with that. Sure enough, it still has caused a few dramas.
I reckon they made the call, but the call didn't make it to the surfer.
No.
And the call didn't make it to the comms team.
Yeah.
But the call was made it to the broadcast team, who have to manually flick the box from P to P.
Yeah.
Because it was P1 and then 2 when they took off.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, there's a moment in time when Jack doesn't have anything next to his name, but Cal has P next to his name while he's underwater.
Yeah.
Meaning priority is usually suspended for both until back. So I reckon the message was sent. Too much shit happened in between, and they've just gone, I hope no one sees that. Little do they know, Zach having his morning coffee, he definitely saw it.
And the other thing there as well is, so sure, let's not give the call out. All right, let's say priority doesn't change. Jack maintains priority there. You need to let Cal know that, because Cal doesn't go that wave if he doesn't have priority. He lets Jack go. And then the very next wave was the winning 8.5 that Jack found himself on because Cal was doing donuts underwater. Meanwhile, Jack's getting spat out into the channel. He managed to go out, re-establish priority, and then get on that next 8.5. So
full fisting that one.
Huge swing of events there. And both of which really, if you think about it, result in Cal winning the heat, because if they do change priority, Cal goes that wave, Jack goes also. It's an interference to Jack. Cal wins. If they don't change priority, which they didn't, but if they let him know that, Cal doesn't go the wave and he's out the back for the 8.5 on the next one. So he gets double fisted, really. Huge swing there. Cal loses with 17.4. He'd be scratching his head after that one. And Jack progresses on to the next round and gets to I'm not complaining about this next matchup, because Kelly Slater versus Jack Robinson is actually better than Kelly Slater versus Gabriel Medina somehow. But yeah, it's that'll be one that Cal will be he'll be staring at the fan tonight, I reckon, thinking about.
There's one upside for Cal. He's just proven that he's there to, he's not going to be a fence sitter at Teahupo'O anymore.
Nah.
Like, even that wave, the 9.4, is enough for people next year to go back when they're picking their fantasy team and go, fuck, remember that one Cal got? Just like the one he got at Portugal.
Yeah.
That big monster he got. That's going to be cemented in everyone's
Definitely.
fucking brains. Now it's paired with this one.
Yep.
Now you can undeniably say big Mungo sack.
Yep.
So when the wave's getting big, I'm picking him.
100%.
So it's not all bad news, but that is an unfortunate turn of events for old Cal.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people in camp Cal after that one too, as we've seen on Instagram. A lot of people thinking that potentially the decision should have been made, and maybe Jack should have been.
But let's just say they go, Jack, you've lost priority. Callum, you have priority. One, they're not going to hear that. Two, when you're fucking scraping into a scariest wave of your life, you're not looking up at the priority.
Nah, or maybe Jack is because he's a lunatic. But I think they just went with the path of least resistance, and that was what they got. And
Sure.
Yeah, they just covering their asses there. Griffin Colapinto waxes Rio Wader.
But Rio did get...
He got an 8.
He got an 8.
The issue was Griffin had a 10 and a 9.6. So
I don't know what you do there.
No, I mean, he threw away a 7.17 and a 7.83 to get his 9.6 at the end. But yeah, Griffin was outstanding today. He's looking to go clearly one better than last year, and he's going to come up against his rival, Jack Robinson, sooner than he thinks, if the draw continues the way it's going, because they will verse each other in the next round, I believe, if they both progress through their heat. So yeah, look, he's looking good, and This death section of the draw, I really do feel like you're probably gonna, unless Jiao can do something, I feel like your winner's probably coming out of this final 4 heats somewhere out of there, because the quality of surfer in there is just unbelievable.
Yep. Just in waves that were so tricky too.
Just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, Griffin surfed so well. There's actually not that much to say about him, because he just he was the standout of the day, best on ground, in my opinion. I mean, the score sheet says the same as well, but he just looked more comfortable than anyone really out there today. The 10 itself was psycho. It was almost like the Andy Irons wave where he slip slides into it, but he was doing that on the foam ball. Like, it was ridiculous. And
the fact that you cannot see him from the water view is judges are already going, okay, 10.00. Like, if you can disappear while directly looking into the jap eye of the wave, that's fucked up.
And he was slip sliding in there. It wasn't easy. He was riding it. He was riding the bull, and 10 points. There was no other option. And I was busy making the Cal and Jack reel, and then click back on, and that was the first wave I seen. I went, oh God, he's back on.
We're in for a big day at Largo Studio.
We're in for a hugie.
Last heat was Miggy Poops, my ×2 against Matthias Hurdy, although I've got a nickname for Matthias Hurdy. You ready for it?
What?
It's Philippe Jr. I have to say that was one of the... He gave it a slight crack at the end there, but he looked pretty timid out there in that lineup. Yeah. Based upon the first 3 waves he took off, they were never, ever going to be a score.
Nah, they weren't. And I'm happy to give him a what would you call it? Not a pass mark, but like a free ride for this year. First year on tour. He's not going to go good at Chopes, is he?
Nah.
Like, let's be real. It's not going to be his venue, and it's not one at the start of the year that we would have looked at and predicted him to get any further than a round 1. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably thanking his lucky stars he's not in that opening round, because it could have been a round 1 knockout rather than a round 2 knockout. But yeah, look, this was never going to be Matthias's go, this Pacific leg, and I do like, he did paddle into a few, and he did pull into a couple, but yeah,
there was one he pulled in, was 3 foot.
Yeah, he didn't put himself in any position to actually win this heat, as someone just beat.
Truck horn.
I don't know if you would have picked that up on audio, but that was the end of Matthias's heat. Maybe, I don't know. Someone's just called it in. But yeah, Matthias, no good here. I mean, Fiji could be a tough one for him as well, but he's got a lot to learn, and this is his first year, so it's full. We're not going to grill him for
not going to grill him, but it was very noticeable that he is the lone soldier here at Teahupo'O.
The confidence wasn't there for him. Miguel would have been pretty happy with that matchup, I thought, and you could see he was pretty pressure free. I think he knew. I think he probably went into it going, I'm okay here. 13.5 for Miguel. Did it pretty well. He does find himself up against Griffin in the next round, though, so it's going to be a tough one for him.
I'm feeling an upset.
Yeah, well, he's going to need one, because, especially for me as well, my fantasy team, with Medina out, I'd like your power surfer to lose out early too, if possible.
It's so nice of you.
Yeah.
Should we get into some listener questions?
Yeah, let's just quickly run through round 3 though, the heats that are upcoming, because there's some bangers. Fire me. So round 3, Callie Vast versus Al Cleland, banger.
Carly.
Callie also. Round 2, Seth versus Barron. I'm going to go Barron.
I'm going to keep going Seth.
Okay. Round 3, Connor versus Italo. That's Connor.
That's Connor.
Round 4, heat 4, Lobby versus Ethan. I'm going to go Lob.
I'm going to go Ethan.
Okay. So obviously, if you're doing bets here, don't listen to us because we're picking the different surfers. But do with this information what you will. If you have someone that maybe has been better to you in the past with the picks, then maybe run with that person's selections. Ramsey Buchheim versus Jiao Chienka.
Jiao
has to be Jiao. Heat 6, George Pittar and Alejo Muniz. That's Georgie. Heat 7, Kelly versus Jackie Robbo.
Kelly.
Yeah, I'd love to see that happen. Kelly also. And Heat 8, Griffin versus Miggy. I'm going to go Griffin. You're going to go Miggy. That makes sense.
Miggy's my ×2.
Girls yet to surf, so we haven't seen them yet.
Are the girls even on Tahiti? Are they there? I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Is that alarming? Not one fucking free surf clip that you're like, whoa, except for fucking Kalia.
They might surf tomorrow. I've got a inkling that they'll run men's round 3 tomorrow, and then they'll go into the opening round of the ladies, because they can't hide. They're not. I really highly doubt they're going to start running the quarterfinals of the men's with this much time left in the event, and with so many girls heats to run. I think they'll run some ladies heats. So let's hope they do. listener questions. Let's rip through them.
All right, Macca.com. Stick to the same board in all conditions or switch, exception of step up and guns when it's big. There has been a few switches today. I saw, Slater had to switch because he broke on it and he jumped on the Bunana. But Jack Robbo, quick switch, which I found was a bit interesting. Like, what did he feel when you're wrestling the beast, just grabbing onto that fucking rail as hard as you can? Surely you're not going, like the flat curve of this one, like, just didn't really feel it. It's like, fuck me. You could ride a log and the fucking just sheer drop and fear of your life outweighs any bits of feeling of surfboard. So for me, I reckon if it's got foam, a lot of foam and a lot of glass and it's got fucking fins, just go for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the difference between us and Robbo, right? He feels that stuff. We kind of just want to get to the channel.
Sure.
I personally, I am a bit of a proponent of the one board and everything type setup. That is purely because I can't afford to have 10 different surfboards that I can ride in different conditions though. So if I had the luxury of having the pick, I probably would lean more that way. But I have boards that, I mean, you'll buy them as like just your shorty, and then you end up riding them in grovelly waves, in decent waves, in bigger waves too. You know, that is, he does make note in that message as well that aside from a step up, obviously a step up's important because you need that extra bit of foam. But yeah, for me, I sometimes find just a board that works in everything, and I struggle to get off it. So that's my answer to that question.
This is Louise Amarin 09 with the big waves. Who are the favourites for the women? Yeah, this one's gonna separate the girls from the women.
Yeah, Vaheen Fierro, you just lock her in, and Erin Brooks.
I think Pickles has already proven herself to be a woman. So I reckon Pickles is definitely going to go. Katie, I feel like will go, but if the skill's there and the body weight's there just to hold on to some of the waves that we've been seeing today, like the ribs in these waves, the chandeliers and shit, like someone who's petite is just going to struggle, I reckon. So I reckon Molly Pickles, Kalia Galea is probably going to go, but again, she's absolutely tiny. So
I think she'll need, she's elite and she's probably got the best technique out of all of them, but I think she's still too small for the waves to be that big. If it does get a bit smaller though, she comes straight into it.
Yeah. So I reckon, honestly, Pickles, this is the one for me to beat.
I'll go Vahine and Erin Brooks. I think those two, they're not scared and they'll go. Lainey William, was Nika and Costa fun A-frames most days or just B-grade beachies? Should have been fun A-frames most days. We didn't get the greatest
We
forecast.
went to an A-grade beachy, but we got B-grade waves.
Correct. Yeah.
Not C-grade though. We got B-grade.
Nika especially, the boom where we went, that joint is just unbelievable and we didn't get it. But
someone had the hide to DM us a clip from 3 hours down the coast going, you guys getting this swell? And it was some fucking dude standing tall in a 10-foot pit on a beachy. And I felt like throwing my phone into the Indian Ocean or whatever ocean that was. But yeah, that was hard to watch. We just got slightly unlucky with sand movement, but is what it is. Garbsy _ should all the heavy water waves carry 1,500 points? Pipe, chopes, cloud break, 100%.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. That'd be sick.
Although, then what could tend to happen, say Seth won pipe, chopes, and what was the
Cloudy.
one? Pipe, chopes, and Cloudy, and became world champion. I just think you have to be well-versed to be world champion. Just feels weird given, the big wave guys.
I think a
world championship.
A better alternative is make the prize money great at these events. That's probably a better way to do it.
100%.
Have them worth more in terms of prize money.
Yeah. I've never seen so many check-ins with Strider at this comp. It's been fun, but every 2 minutes, I have to agree. And I was thinking about this today. We've had Strider in the channel or in the water for the last, 5 years? I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah.
It's just, there's been no iterations to it. It's just Strider talking somewhat just garbage at times.
It's just, he doesn't even know what he's going to say most of the time, I feel. They just throw to him. He's like, I better come up with something. And he generally does okay. But yeah, they've definitely, I know, once I saw this message, it started like becoming obvious to me that they were throwing to him quite a lot. And I didn't know if it was more than normal or just because my attention had been drawn to it. But yeah, it does drag on a little bit. Even if you have a couple of them in down there or something, I don't know. Strider seems to have a pretty sick job, but I don't know how necessary it is to, like, maybe just throw to him for once a heat and then for an interview at the end or something. But multiple times a heat, you don't need to be doing that.
They should throw Sterling Spencer out there instead. Just something with, I don't know, Look, even if he was doing really good,
Mm.
and he's not doing a bad job, but there has been no change in 5 years. Like it's just it needs to evolve. It's just the same old thing, and yeah, it's a no from me.
It's Brody Jr. or JR, however we pronounce that. Should Sunday, day 2, never have been run?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. It's like you can't be running 3 heats.
I reckon they could have pushed out today a bit more.
There was a reason. Something to do with the judges, maybe the tide or something. Getting the judges out of the tower. There was some form of reason why they couldn't. They said if we did run into the next round, they could only run 1 heat. I did switch off when they started explaining it.
Fucking throw him a can of tuna and toughen up. Fuck me.
But there was a legitimate reason, so they couldn't run any more heats than what they did today. Little Kickers, North Hampshire. I think this is from England.
Oh.
This question, North Hampshire. Moniz to take his first CT win.
No.
I don't think he will, but he's looking as good as I've seen him. Aaron Monson surf, Seth most underrated surfer on tour.
No.
Max Grantham. When Americans access merch rooted. I'm assuming when can Americans get access to our merch, maybe?
When your El Presidente fucking lowers the tariffs on tax and all the shipping exports and things like that, it's just not viable.
Well,
like the hoodie you're paying for, you're paying more to get it there.
It's like, yeah, it's literally like $40 postage or something or more even. Like,
yeah, for something that's not even a kilo.
I mean,
it's like 500 grams.
We could probably do it, but I just can't imagine people are that...
$200 hoodie.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, yeah, maybe for the next round we'll look into it again. We keep saying that, but it just every time we seem to look into it, it just goes up. So we will continue. We get a few guys from America reach out, so we want to get some stuff over there, but we just don't want you guys to be paying double for a hoodie that you can get in like over here for normal price.
Exactly.
Francois
Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Is the boom overrated? How does it compare to other spots over there? So I don't think it's overrated because there's not that many spots around to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a little Gojek moped and fucking time, you could probably find some incredible waves there to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Although the boom is probably the best you're going to get there. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're going to have to go back. We're going to have to get some more data.
The boom... I don't think is overrated. We just can't comment on it because we didn't get a good forecast. That's the problem.
Yeah. And then the one day it was looking like it was shaping up to be cooking. The wind came up at 9 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. Like every other day.
Correct.
So that was pretty hard pill to swallow.
East Soria, best surf destination you've been?
Best session I've ever had, Cloudbreak, about 2019, I think it was, 2018 with Kehu Butler, Stuart Kennedy, Connor O'Leary. Me and Connor were like, it was his first year on tour. He needed to get some reps in at Cloudbreak. He'd never surfed it before. And we're like, fuck, let's go. Chicks waiting period was on. That was when Chicks waiting period was separate to the men's. So we went over inside the Chicks waiting period, like a day before it started. Scored some incredible waves. So yeah, I'd say Cloudbreak.
Mine's probably like, I don't know, Lennox Point 2023 swell, whatever it was. I don't know. That doesn't, for me, I love surfing right hand points. I haven't got pump. I've been on a few surf trips now. I've never had pumping waves. So I can't really like be like, oh yeah, I had this whole session in Indo because I've never really been to a spot that's been when you rock up and you're just losing your mind. I haven't had that yet, but I'm keen to get it soon.
Yeah.
I love fire pits. Would love to see you review a Ryan Birch ASIM. Been heaps of crew ripping on them lately.
What I'll say to that, and then he also sent another one saying, also follow up, do you ever think that someone will be on tour riding an ASIM? Hard no on the tour. No one is ever going to be on the tour riding an ASIM. Although, would love to see us review a Ryan Birch. Go check out Jacob Wilcox's last YouTube video. He just posted something riding an ASIM. I have now more confidence to reorder my DHD Juliet after watching it. I'm not a fan, but Jacob said he had fun on him. Jacob was ripping on him, so go check out that video.
There's one person that rides ASIMs that I feel could get me across the board, and that is Bryce Young from Angari. There's a session of him surfing one. I'm pretty sure his name's Bryce Young.
Yeah, it is.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
There's a session of him in a flick that Laurie Towner's put on his YouTube channel. Again, can't quite give you the name of it, but it comes on at work all the time. And there's a section of Bryce riding an ASIM in it, and it looks unbelievable in Gary, like better than any shorty I've seen. So
You got fog over your fucking eyes.
No, I'll show you the clips after. It was really impressive surfing and waves that were pretty challenging, like pretty solid in Gower, and he was making it look really good. I would review one for sure. I just think that
I'll happily go ride one.
they're incredibly hard to come across. I don't think he shapes for just anyone. Like you've got to be a guy.
You got to know
You got to be a name.
someone.
Yeah, you got to know someone. So look, I would definitely review one, but we need to find one first, and that could be the biggest challenge in that. Reclaim Surf is giving us a bit of a rundown on some surf ranch ads that have come across his desk. Now, he's claiming that. They're claiming most surfers will never know this feeling, and it's like a pretty cringy photo of what looks like, I don't know, is that Kelly?
Looks like a Moroccan Kelly Slater.
Yeah, it's just like someone that looks like Kelly by the looks of.
And he's about 6 feet wide of the barrel.
He's not even in the pit.
So no one will know this feeling of getting a leggy barrel. There's plenty of people who know that feeling.
Yeah, definitely. He's basically remarking that's a bit cringe, and I tend to agree. They're selling barrels. They're selling a photo of someone trying to get people to go there and get barreled. He's not even getting barreled.
Correct.
It's crazy.
Archie, sorry?
I was going to say Warnsey _ Do you guys think Seth got underscored in Tahiti? 8.17 is wild, definitely the 9 range. Maybe, but I think it was just that was the best wave that they'd seen at the time. And
yeah, it was pretty early on, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah.
Archie Harrow, ever been to Chopes in the channel when it's big? I went there in 2018. I got the first swell of the year, which was fun. Got cooked on the wave of my life, which was really fun. Waited like fucking 3 hours for that one just to be absolutely burnt. Had to straighten out. I was going to put that in the range of 4 to 6 feet, so that wasn't stupidly big. I thought I was Ross Clark-Jones though. Fuck me, like that wave is so scary.
Yeah.
And I thought I was absolutely charging when it was 4 foot. And then the next day I went to Moorea, and apparently that day was a tow session. So answer, no, I have been there, have surfed it. Had a memorable session where it was me and one other bloke out after a storm went through it, went onshore, everyone went in. And I was like, fuck, I drove here, so I might as well. And I paddled out. So like, as in from the beach.
Yeah.
Fucking long way. I'm like, I'm not paddling back in.
No.
Storm went through it, went offshore. Me and one other bloke surfing it, probably 4 to 6 foot, pumping.
Beautiful. Jai Anderson, if you burn Zach or any board lifter, BBL, so not to be mistaken with Brazilian butt lift, are you sentenced to a lifetime of bad board handling by the BBL mafia?
I think he's talking about big, beautiful ladies.
Yeah, there's a couple
That's a category on some sort of site.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. BBL. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Actually, it's BBW.
Sure.
But anyway.
Do you want to answer the question?
What happened? I was thinking about big, beautiful ladies.
He's basically saying if someone of your profession gets burnt, are you then sentenced to a lifetime of poor bag handling at airports? Board bag specific.
I do actually. Every time a board bag gets checked in, I always check the name and I go, "Ooh, cool."
They get a little extra elbow in it as they pass by.
Never. Criminal. No. That is criminal activity. I treat all those boards with tender, loving care.
Righto, mate. Next one, hit me.
Lennox Lindsay, thoughts on solo surf sessions? Big fan. I
hate them.
Most memorable session of my life was in Samoa when I found myself surfing out the front of a resort that was beautiful and sun was setting, crystal clear water, glassy as 4 to 6 foot, getting spat out of tubes. And my only problem was I was talking to a coconut that was floating in the water.
Right, sure.
And then my missus was in the pool watching. She goes, "You have fun?" And I felt like, "Did you not fucking see me? Like I was getting fucking stand-up barrels." Like, how do you have that conversation without absolutely sound like an absolute wanker?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess it was good."
It was fun. For me, I hate solo sessions. My brain goes wandering too far, and I not only don't enjoy the surf, I get scared because I feel like I'm being watched by a variety of large ocean creatures, and I also just don't like it. It's not as fun being out when it's pumping and you got no one to cheer on or no one to cheer you on. You know, when you're getting a good one, I always prefer a few guys out. So that's my response to that. Luke Bowers, thoughts on if the heat is under 6 points in total, it should be the single highest ride advancing.
I actually don't. I like that. I like that because it stops the guy who just absolutely dribbled his way through the heat. And then someone might have had, a 6.
Yeah.
Like Miggy's 6'5", like best way of the heat. But if Mateus was to go out and do 2 turns on 2 waves and beat him. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's kind of dribbly, but yeah, I think that's a great rule. And I reckon to finish up, Jacob M. Hansman, Hazan, sorry. CT is backing themselves for a year instead of taking the money away from the QS guys trying to make a living. Now, I think it makes sense on face value, but I reckon it's a free game. If these guys get to the end of the year and happen to need that result, no one will give a fuck. If they start winning the next few events, people are going to be like, booey. But yeah, as of now, currently on the Changa, it is 2 CTs in first and second.
Yeah. That's the world we live in now. It's, I think maybe like the prize money thing is a good thing. Like if they maybe could redistribute the prize money to other guys, I think that could be a good way of doing it, because a lot of the time these guys that are on tour, they're getting paid pretty well already. Although in saying that, they do have to pay to go to these events. So there's that also. But yeah, the dollars is tough because that is what gets these guys by who are unsponsored or are battling to get beyond the Challenger Series. And you got, Cole, who I'm sure is pretty well off. Santos Studios, I imagine paying him.
Well, he's doing fucking collabs with Lamborghini.
Yeah, so like the money not so important to him as it would be to, I don't know, someone battling. So,
but my rebuttal to that is if you're on the Challenger Series and you're supporting yourself via prize money, that is going to be a short-winded fucking battle.
Yeah, you're not going to last.
You need to
long.
have a secondary job that is, well, I'm going to say primary job. I'm going to go as far as saying if you're on the Challenger Series nowadays, you need a primary job, and surfing is your secondary job until you make it to the fucking tour. Because you're going to be spending no less than 35, 40K in travel, flights, food, accommodation.
Yeah.
Most people in their primary jobs in Australia are making, $65 to $75 to $80,000.
Yeah.
Without fucking tax.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon you're dreaming if you're there just thinking, these guys are taking money away from us. Yes, they are, but you should have a fallback plan well before that fucking conversation.
Yeah. Which is easier said than done at this point, but yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, fuck, we just did a podcast in 2 different countries off laptops and mics. Like, you can live off your laptop now.
Yeah.
I reckon, like, look, we're not here making fucking a lot of money, but there's crew making a lot of money out there with just their phone and their laptop. I reckon it's time to get creative and stop fucking whinging.
I'd like to preface that by saying we're actually losing money still. We're not making money.
Yes, just did our tax time, and yes, we are running at a loss. So don't start a podcast. What I am saying is, I don't know, get into drop shipping or some shit. I don't know.
Drop shipping.
I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, but if you think you're going to make money with prize money, you can think again.
Yeah. One more here from Michael Duncan to finish off. Was that weekend in July 2024 the best you've ever seen Lennox Point? Yes, it was. That
Correct.
was the session I was referring to earlier. I think I must have gone back a year too far. I think I said 2023, 2024.
On that, it is the best it's ever been and probably the best it will ever be.
It never recovered. It's not even gone remotely close to that. I don't foresee it ever happening again. The only evidence I have of waves there is like we get these south swells occasionally that just any semblance of a sandbank that pops up there gets ripped away immediately, and you end up just surfing on the rocks. There's been not even a sniff of a pit since pretty well that day. Like there might have been the odd day where it's like kind of the odd one down the bottom, but I've never seen anything like that, and I don't.
The only time it's come not even remotely close, but like been the best since then is the Budgie Smuggler clip that's on our Instagram. I actually got 1 or 2 barrels. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get good. The point sucks. Don't come here.
Pretty much. To close out, let's let the people know what's coming on YouTube because we've got a fair bit coming.
Yeah.
We've just dropped Leo's board review, the Sharp Eye. That's live now, so go have a look at that. Thursday, what's the date today? 11th. Thursday the 13th in the evening. I dare say you'll see our Nicaragua vlog go live. So that'll be there. I'd say the Costa Rica one will be 10 days after that. And then we've got a JS Zero Gravity board review somewhere in the weeds of that as well.
Yeah, that's coming. That one's been, we hope to get a lot of footage when we're away for that one. And I ended up putting me back into it, into the tail of my board and ruining it. So I got a few, but I might have to even do another session or so on it just to.
But we had some pretty fun sessions here at home before we.
We did. We had one really good session, which almost like. I haven't seen the footage. I need to go and review it, but there might actually be enough there already. But we'll assess, and if we need a bit more, we'll go and do some more shooting. But yeah, that board review will be coming, and yeah, like the board reviews that we put out tend to do quite well. So
let us know in the comments anything you want us to review. We'll go do it.
Yeah, within reason.
Well, we bought a $670 board to go review it.
Yeah,
I've never paid $600 for a board.
You said anything we can review though. Like I'm not going to review a lawnmower. You know what I mean? Like. Keep it surf related. But thanks for listening again, and we will see you next week.
We're home, motherfuckers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.